Hi guys, I just was looking at the end of my last video. Actually, I was looking at my videos, realizing how strange I was behaving through the whole thing. And until I looked at that video, I didn't realize how exhausted I was and how crazy it was that I made a video in that state. So sorry if you thought that I was taking drugs or something. I wasn't. I was just, I had hit that wall, and it was just kind of ironic that I chose to make a video after that. Um, I've been home for a few days. I am going to go up to my mom's to stay the night again tomorrow, um, just to get some rest because I need a little bit more than I've been getting, um, and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to do that. I'm trying to get myself strengthened because I have a pretty big weekend, because not only is it Jesus' birthday this month, and that's a big deal for our family, and while we celebrate this season, but it's also my daughter's and my son's. My firstborn was born on Christmas Eve, and my daughter was born on 12th, and so she and her girlfriends are gonna have a sleepover, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with going to movies, going to restaurants, going to mall, that kind of thing. And by God's grace, I will be able to be the mom she needs me to be for that, and hopefully enjoy it. I like her friends a lot, so it should be fun. But I need to just fortify myself before I attempt to do that on Friday and Saturday. I think I'm doing good. I think that I'm really beginning to deal with some emotional things, though. Really been struggling. I made the first dinner that I have for my family, and that was a huge struggle for me. Um, they wanted me to make a food that's a trigger food for me, and it was really, really difficult for me. I did take a bite, and I took a bite before I was supposed to take a bite of anything, and I feel frustrated by that, because I realize that I, I realize I've got a long way to go as far as the emotional things, reasons that I eat. Today's been kind of a stressful day. It's just been a stressful time, honestly. But I'm realizing um, that I, I need to get real about how hard this is going to be. I think maybe some of us go into these weight loss surgeries with the idea that it's going to be easier. Um, and some ways it is, because, I mean, the reality is your stomach does get fuller, but what you choose to eat is still an important part of the whole growing in this process of choosing health. Because that really is what this is about for me. I want my health back. I don't want it to be about looking good in clothes, um, um, weight loss numbers, things like that. Those are exciting things that are it's part of the package, basically. But those aren't my high priorities, honestly. Um, I want to be healthy, and I want to be able to move freely, and I want to conquer uh, the the issues that cause me to act in my addiction. Um, you know, and I was talking to someone today, and I really appreciated she was confronting me on some mindsets that I was having. And I realized that, I kept on, I keep on saying I need certain people to pray for me to overcome the temptations and stuff, But one of the things that she really challenged me with, that I think that that's something I'm chewing on, which is a good thing to chew on, is understanding that God desires um, to bring us in victory, but that we need to take a step of faith, and that is a choice. That's when you make the choice that I will, not that I want to or I need to, but that I will act in in ways. I will make a decision not to eat that, for example, or I will, because it's hurting me, because it's hurting. Um, it's not a healthy thing to put in my body, and I need to make those decisions for, you know, I need to decide that I'm going to act on what I know is right. And I truly believe, because I have had failure after failure after failure, like many of you guys have. And I think sometimes we're waiting for this golden tablet to come, or something to drop in us and take over us, and suddenly we're going to act in healthy ways, or suddenly we're going to, have a new mindset. Well, in the Bible, there's a scripture. I can't find my Bible right now. My husband has taken it for himself. There's a scripture in Romans 12, 1 and 2, and it says, therefore, by the mercies of Christ, be no longer, it says, present your bodies as a living sacrifice. And then later on, in the second verse, it says, be no longer conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And, we really have to examine the old, our old mindsets, all the things that caused us, that gave us the excuse to overeat, and to comfort ourselves, and to, I'm just babying myself. Something's uncomfortable, so I baby myself and I put food in my mouth, And we need to really examine why we do those things, and allow, and look in the Word and see, in the Bible, and see, how does God feel about me? How does He feel? Well, first of all, how does He feel about the choices I'm making? Are they what He intended for me? Is that the kind of life He wants His children to have? Look at a specific truth, like be renewed, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and I think that it's important that we look at the truth and how He really feels about us, because He loves us. He wants the best for us. He has a beautiful plan for us. Okay, does eating myself into oblivion fulfill that plan? No. Okay, so what is His plan for His children? Just really look at specific places in the Word, and then ask yourself. I need to ask myself to just speak to myself right now, because this is who I'm addressing right now, and I need to ask myself, okay, this is the truth. Now, if that's the truth, then what does that say about how God feels about me?